President Donald Trump has suggested a radical approach to resolving the Gaza conflict, advocating for the relocation of Palestinians to other countries while redeveloping the region into a more habitable area. In a recent exchange with reporters, Trump described Gaza as a demolition site and questioned why its residents would want to stay.
The right time, I'll give him my job.
President, will you continue to press for this idea that Jordan and Egypt take Palestinians from Gaza?
Yeah, I would like to see Jordan. I'd like to see Egypt take some look. The Gaza thing has not worked. It's never worked. And I feel very differently about Gaza than a lot of people. I think they should get a good, fresh, beautiful piece of land, and we get some people to put up the money to build it and make it nice and make it habitable and enjoyable. And
Somewhere else.
make it a whole.
Don't want to leave, though. Palestinians say they don't want to leave.
I don't know how they could want to stay. It's a demolition site. It's a pure demolition site. If we could find the right piece of land or numerous pieces of land and build them some really nice places with plenty of money in the area, that's for sure. I think that would be a lot better than going back to Gaza, which has had just decades and decades of death.
Where would these pieces of land be?
Well, they could be in Jordan, and they could be in Egypt, and they could be in other places. You could have more than two, more than one, but you could have more than two. And you'd have people living in a place that could be very beautiful and safe and nice. Gaza's been a disaster for decades.
Would the U.S. pay for that?
I reckon for you, I don't think anyone would pay, but I think there's plenty of people that would in the area. They have a lot of money. They certainly have a lot of money. Some of the countries over there, they'd like to see it. I know that Saudi Arabia wants to see peace. I can see that. And many of the countries there, as far as I'm concerned, they all want peace. I think, maybe I'm wrong in this, but I think Iran would like to see peace too. They've had enough. Don't you think they've had enough?
The Gaza thing has not worked. It's never worked, Trump said. I think they should get a good, fresh, beautiful piece of land, and we get some people to put up the money to build it and make it nice. He suggested that neighboring countries, including Jordan and Egypt, could take in displaced Palestinians, arguing that such a move would offer them a safer and more prosperous future. Trump also emphasized that funding for such a plan would likely come from wealthy nations in the region rather than the United States. I don't think anyone, in the U.S., would pay, but I think there's plenty of people in the area that would. They have a lot of money, he stated, pointing to Saudi Arabia as a potential contributor. The proposal has sparked strong reactions internationally. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reportedly found the idea worth examining, while Arab nations, including Jordan and Egypt, have raised concerns that mass relocation could further destabilize the region. Human rights groups and the United Nations have condemned the notion as a potential violation of international law, likening it to forced displacement. U.S. officials have since attempted to clarify Trump's remarks. Secretary of State Marco Rubio stated that while the U.S. may assist in temporary reconstruction efforts, it has no intention of long-term involvement or occupation. The goal is to clear the debris and ensure Gaza is safe and habitable, Rubio explained. Trump's comments have ignited debate in the U.S. and abroad. Supporters argue that his willingness to challenge the status quo demonstrates bold leadership, while critics warn that forced relocation could worsen tensions. As the conflict in Gaza continues, Trump's proposal underscores the deep complexities of Middle Eastern diplomacy and the challenges of achieving lasting peace.